Hi, this is Jack from Alpha Charts with a state of the market video. Today is February 12th, 2022. Before we get started, this video is for informational purposes only. These are not recommendations to buy, sell, or hold any stock or security. I may hold positions in some of the equities mentioned. Know your time frame and risk tolerance. Also, if you like these videos, before you do anything else, like and subscribe to my channel. It helps me out. Thank you very much. I'm trying to grow the subscriber base. So if you just take a moment right now, just like and subscribe right down below. Takes a second. Thank you. Also find me on Alpha Charts 365 on Twitter. I'm also there. Let's get started. All right, SPX. So it's still working on this gigantic topping pattern. So it's a big deal, right? I mean, it's a pattern that's, almost a year in the making. Is working on a right shoulder. Now, doesn't mean it's going to be a head and shoulders top because it has to confirm. And I think it's got to get below this, 4270-ish area for this to confirm. But it is building out. So it's something that we have to be aware of, right? Now, looking at the bars this week, we started off good enough. Could not make that a higher high. And that's what I was looking for. Did price make a higher high? The answer was no. And then just completely rolled over from there, sliced right through the 200-day moving average like it wasn't there. Didn't even come up to the 50-day. So right now, I mean, these are ugly looking days as far as SPX goes. And we'll look at the other indexes too. So actually, let's look at RSP. Equal weight SPX. Wide range, though top looking. It did kind of have a stick save here, so it wasn't quite a double top, but this is just a big topping pattern. Again, if it breaks this 150 level, that's going to be a problem. But yeah, equal weights just as bad as the regular ones. Really nasty. Qs. All right, so on the Qs, I kind of drew this in earlier in the week. So was this a bear flag, right? We don't know. Is this going to be some kind of W bottom? Maybe. And this would be the bear flag, obviously, result if it breaks. Right now, to me, this looks like the start of a bear flag. So I think 300, again, it has to break this 335, 337-ish area. But if it does, price I'm talking about, then I think 300 is very possible. And just looking from here to here, that's another, 13, 14%. Okay. So that's nothing to sneeze about. That's quite a bit. So just be aware of that where can it potentially go, right? That's a big deal. That's a big far down. Let's keep going though. Yeah, so bear flag right there potentially. So just watch out for that. Now looking at equal weights, it also has his head and shoulders looking top pattern to it. Again, has not confirmed, but this one is a big deal. And you're coming up to volume weighted average price from the COVID lows, which is right here. So this 6905 is an interesting area. We'll see. I mean, if this breaks, I mean, can it get down to 57? Maybe, right? I mean, that's like the next area of big support. Maybe you could say 65.95. Let's just see. 65.95 is 13%, so that's possible. And down here, that's 23%. I mean, this would be the first area I would look at for potential support if it breaks. But it's it's got the bear flag look here. It's got a bigger topping pattern here. That's ugly. IWO. Again, this has been our target all along. It's actually much closer to the target than some of the indexes. Doesn't mean it's going to hold. Okay, but it's still 12% away. That's a decent amount. It's in the kind of what we're looking at. And IWM, same thing. Measuring out. Again, all underneath all its moving averages, it could fall another 16, 17% to potential support. Again, I drew this in a long time ago, as you know. It was one scenario, and it looks like it may be playing out. So IWM looks pretty rough right now. IWO, all the indexes look really rough. All right, let's keep going. Let's look at XLF. Even with rising rates, when the market's going down, it's taking everything with it. XLF, even though the uptrend, if you look at it, is still intact for now, at least, right? So holding up well, we'll call it participating. SMH, not participating. We talked about this broadening formation or broadening pattern here. It sliced right through it, kind of came back again, bear flaggish look. It's making the next slice lower. That's a 5% on the ETF. That's rough. I don't know if this is going to hold us support a second time. If not, 222. That's the area I'd watch. All right. Let's go to. What should we go to next? Let's go to. I want to go to gold next. I know I usually do gold later on, but this was really interesting. Go to a weekly chart. And we're just going to go right here. As you can see, it is it's trying to break out of this gigantic pattern. And so if people are rushing into gold, I think that is definitely a bearish sign in general. At least bearish for growth stocks. If they want the safety of gold, and it's a gigantic pattern. So it may be something that y'all may consider, whether it's through gold or the gold miners entering, but it is on the weekly chart starting to break out. And we haven't seen that in a long, ever really. I mean, we've been watching this for over a year. So it's been, it's a big deal, right? Let's look at lumber. Here's lumber. Let's go back to daily chart. Again, could not make a higher high, but not really leading the market here. So not much of a signal as far as that goes. Bond ratios. And we are seeing that concerning look now in bond ratios. Some of these moving averages. So bond ratios, that's a straight up look, right? That's a straight up look, similar to here, right? Now, I don't know if we're going to get all of this, but that is a potential start. Now, we saw something like that before here, maybe right there. So we can't get too excited over this yet, but it's definitely a pay attention day, right? If we see this zoom up another one or two up, that would be definitely take notice of. If we start looking like this, that's a huge negative bearish sign for the market, in my opinion. The VIX spiked up to 27. So it's starting to get into that elevated range, as you would expect. Put call ratio. Well, I guess maybe that's the one good thing. People got bearish real quick on Friday. Not overly bearish, not extremely bearish, but bearish. So I think that's a positive on a contrarian type of way. I think it could go more though. These are the good signals up here. So value line geometric index. Come in here and test and support. It kind of broke out, reclaimed it, and now it's making lower high, lower high, lower high. Again, breadth is just not good. And we'll look at MMFI. As you can see, it's at 35% above the 50-day. And any more weakness, I think that you're going to see this number drop. I am looking for an extreme low level under 10%. And then potential for a strong bounce. Will it happen? I don't know. But those tend to be very, very good signals, under 10% above the 50-day, beach ball in the water type of thing. And then let's finish up with Bitcoin. Here's Bitcoin. Again, we had a nice recovery. VWAP from the top, didn't even get up to it, and starting to roll over. Again, bear flag-ish look kind of to it. I still think that this 30,000 level could be in play for Bitcoin. We'll see. But again, the last 3 days, and we'll see what happens this weekend, being the riskiest of the risk assets, this one I think is one to watch. Again, starting to roll over like everything else. In the end, just kind of sum it up, markets are really, really dicey when gold is looking good, and maybe the best thing out there. Oil and gas names are doing well too, right? That's holding up, and gold. That's it, right? Let's look at GDX, gold miners. Yeah, big day for the gold miners. This may be something to consider. But we'll delve into these in our stocks to watch video tomorrow. That looks pretty good, actually. Yeah, so that's what's working in this market. It's not a pretty market. It's definitely got a overall bearish tilt to it. So you just have to be careful out there. That's it. I mean, this W bottom is a possibility still, right? Let's not discount that. Bear flag is a possibility soon, too, also. So those are my scenarios. Anyway, y'all have a good week. Take care. Stay safe out there, and risk management.